there, viewers. Welcome to our free concept TV. Headline: Omokri advises Tinubu to allow Igbos. Peter Obi not say Onyema to jumpstart economy for him. A former special assistant on new media to former President Goodluck Jonathan, Mr. Omokri, has advised President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to bring in Igbo business gurus to help him jumpstart the economy. Mr. Omokri gave the advice to President Tinubu in peace. He wrote on his social media handle at Omokri on Tuesday. He asked Tinubu to draft in the Labour Party LP presidential candidate Peter George Obi, the chair/CEO of Innocent Group, Chief Dr. Innocent Shøçkèd and Air Peace Boss Chief Allen Ifechukwu Athan Onyema to help steer the economic around. The only other non-Igbo businessman he recommended was Chief Michael Adeye Adeoga, the Yoruba billionaire businessman and 6th richest people in Africa, whose company Globacon is Nigeria's second largest telecom operators. Omokri assured Tinubu that if he takes this step and advice he recommends, the value of the naira will skyrocket. More so, the federal government will immediately have the financial wherewithal to pay workers 75,000 minimum wages monthly. In a piece titled "My Take on How President Tinubu Can Jumpstart the Economy," Omokri wrote, "If I were President Tinubu, I would introduce some heavy killer tax that would drive MTN, DSTV and ShopRite out of Nigeria to be replaced by Nigerian-owned businesses. Someone like Peter Obi can take over from ShopRite and with his next Otumba Mike Adenuga can be supported to buy MTN Nigerian assets. And why must we watch DSTV? Let us watch Arise channels, etc. I will also invite airpeace to also rock and ask them to consider being Nigerian national carrier. They can remain private but must charge their name to Nigerian airpeace. Once they agree, I would tax foreign airline and give them a rebate, and within 4 years, they will overtake Ethiopia Airline as Africa's biggest and most successful airline. I will order the Central Bank of Nigeria to grant huge interest-free loans to Innocent Vehicle Manufacturing Company and order my industry minister to relocate to Nnewi to help them expand their facilities. Then I, as president, will use a bulletproof IVM car and then place the mother of all tax on foreign vehicles, while is banning any ministry, department, agency, or parastatal of the federal government from using any other car except IVM. I was a presidential spokesman with access to the president. We were given economic data that shows how valuable Nigeria is to so-called foreign investors. The money that leaves Nigerian through exploitative investment is more than the FDI that flows into Nigeria. The largest source of foreign exchange into Nigeria are Nigerians in the diaspora, and to encourage them to send more money to Nigeria, I would suggest President Tinubu spearhead the initiative to give them the right to vote. Finally, I will convey a National Economic Council meeting to appeal to the 36 state governors to give free land to any Nigerian citizen resident in their state for the sole purpose of farming, whether small or large-scale agriculture. Once you start your farm and the Ministry of Agriculture inspects it, you get free seed and seeding of your choice, free fertilizer, along with a guarantee of 250,000, which you will not need to repay except you abandon your farm. If we take this step, others, the value of our naira will skyrocket, and the federal government will immediately have the financial wherewithal to pay its workers 75,000 monthly minimum wage. Both Tinubu and his aide are here to respond to Omokri's super advice. A former special assistant on new media to former President Goodluck Jonathan, Mr. Omokri, has advised President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to bring in Igbo business gurus to help him jumpstart the economy. Mr. Omokri gave the advice to President Tinubu in peace. He wrote on his social media handle at Omokri on Tuesday. He asked Tinubu to draft in the Labour Party LP presidential candidate Peter George Obi, the chair/CEO of Innocent Group, Chief Dr. Innocent Shøçkèd and Air Peace Boss Chief Allen Ifechukwu Athan Onyema to help steer the economic around. The only other non-Igbo businessman he recommended was Chief Michael Adeye Adeoga, the Yoruba billionaire businessman and 6th richest people in Africa, whose company Globacom is Nigeria's second largest telecom operators. Omokri assured Tinubu that if he takes this step and advice he recommend, the value of the naira will skyrocket. More so, the federal government will immediately have the financial wherewithal to pay workers 75,000 minimum wages monthly. In a piece titled "My Take on How President Tinubu Can Jumpstart the Economy," Omokri wrote, "If I were President Tinubu, I would introduce some heavy killer tax that would drive MT and DSTV and ShopRite out of Nigeria to be replaced by Nigerian-owned businesses." All right, viewers, you have listened to today's news. I really love this advice. Omokri advised Tinubu to allow Igbos, Peter Obi, Innocent, Onyema to jumpstart economy for him. This country has gotten to the level where tribalism has eaten deep down the heart and system of the country and the heart of people. So I don't know if the president will buy this idea of doing something like this, but seriously, if the president can do something like this, I believe we can have a change. Like, we'll have a massive change. I am telling you. Let's read comments. Somebody here says, it is a responsibility to get involved. Must one be a president to serve the nation? Somebody here says, you want to drag talented people to work with thieves. Demanded Balablu. Unconstitutional government mandates stealer. Clean their mouth that you used to say it, and your brain needs a surgical operation for thinking. Please. Now, most people here do not agree with what Omokri said, because they are saying that Tinubu stole some of this mandate and all. Well, let's see. We all know that Omokri's advice is good. That Tinubu needs to really work with some set of persons if he wants the economy to skyrocket. In as much as people don't like the idea, we know this idea is mad. Like, because if we want our economy to skyrocket, this idea that Omokri give is a great idea. Now the question is, will the government want to work with Igbos? Because most people right now have this feeling like Igbos are bad people. We cannot work with them. They are too this, they are too that, and whatever. You understand? So, but if they can be able to work, even if you will not invite people that he asked you to invite, we can get some people. Igbos are blessed with this business of a thin economy. They are good at it. If you can get them, seriously, our economy will skyrocket. Like, we will move from the bottom to the first, to the top. Alright, viewers, I've come to the end of today's news. Please write about the comment section. Let's know what your views are. Thank you for listening.